And that's it. That's how easy it is for you to set up a pool of phone numbers that anybody on your team can take advantage of. And the callbacks to those numbers will be routed to the agent who last called the phone number that's calling back into the system. We're going to go down to Numbers under Settings. And from here, we're going to click on Add Number Pool. Now we just need to give this number pool a name. In my particular case, I'm just going to give it a lame name like Shared Number Pool. But for you, you might want to do things that are a little bit more specific to the type of calls that this number pool would be used for. Something like Winback campaign or prospecting. Something that's a little bit more specific to the purpose of that number pool. But of course, we're just being a little bit more generic on our training today. So once we've given it a name, we now need to select the routing strategy. So from the routing strategy menu, I'm going to choose Last Caller. This specific option, like I mentioned, is going to be dynamic. If I call Sally Prospect on Sally Prospect's cell phone, if Sally Prospect calls the number back using her cell phone, our system will know that when that number comes into one of these phone numbers, that I was the last person who called that number, and so it's going to rotate it to me. Now the last option here is for me to choose the rotation option. Do I want these numbers to be used randomly, or should I be using the local presence feature if I've activated the local presence feature? In my particular case, I've got this activated. My team's going to be using these numbers for my lead prospecting, and so there's going to be prospects all over the place. So maybe I want to use the local presence feature. Again, I have to activate this on my account. Once I've made that selection, I'm going to go ahead and hit Submit. And now I have this new shared number pool, but there are 0 phone numbers in this pool. Now I can add some numbers to this pool. So I'm going to click on the 3 dots over on the right-hand side, and I'm going to choose Purchase Numbers. From here, I need to find the states that I want to get some phone numbers in. So let's say this specific number pool is going to be making calls to Alabama. Maybe some calls to Tennessee. And maybe Georgia. So I choose the states. Now I need to get the area codes. Once I've selected the area codes I want, and of course I can choose as many area codes as I'd like, over on the right-hand side where I see a summary of what the charges will be on my account, I'll have the option to increase the number of phone numbers I get in each of those area codes. But in this particular case, I just want 1 phone number in each of those area codes, and we're going to go ahead and place the order. Once that order is placed, I'm going to see a new number pool in my inventory. It's going to still show 0 phone numbers because it's going to take a moment for the system to process that order. Once we get those numbers, they're going to be assigned to your number pool, and we can go ahead and refresh to see if that's been done yet. Looks like it's done. Now, anybody on my team can take advantage of this shared number pool when they go to start a dial session. So if I go to the Contacts tab, and I select some records to begin a dial session, when I'm setting up my dial session, I will see the shared number pool available for me to use when making calls. And anybody on my team will see that. Let's log in as one of the other team members. So let's log in as Cassie. When she selects records and begins the dial session, in the caller ID section for her account, she's going to see the shared number pool as an option. And that's it. That's how easy it is for you to set up a pool of phone numbers that anybody on your team can take advantage of. And the callbacks to those numbers will be routed to the agent who last called the phone number that's calling back into the system. I know that's a mouthful, but super simple to set up, super easy to take advantage of. So what are you waiting for? Go set up a number pool now and start taking advantage of shared numbers for your entire team. Thanks for taking a moment to watch this video, and happy dialing.